Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department presents this series to support healthy lifestyle choices for our children and families. Hi, I'm Anna Wishart, the community spokesperson for Let's Move Lincoln and GO team member of 54321-GO, led by the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department. Have you heard of the 54321-GO health message? Do you know what the countdown numbers stand for? Well, in this episode, you're going to learn about number 2. 2 stands for getting 2 hours or less of screen time a day. Screen time includes watching television, using the computer, playing video games, and using handheld devices like phones, iPads, iPods, etc. High screen time use is associated with a more sedentary lifestyle and excess snacking, which then increases your risk of obesity. So what can be done to reduce screen time? Well, I'm excited to share some of these wonderful collaborative efforts done through what we call the GO team. The GO team is made up of over 30 community organizations working together to implement strategies within their organizations that benefit the health of children and families they serve. Let's see what some of our GO team members are doing to promote getting 2 hours or less of screen time a day. So I am standing in front of one of our many local libraries, Gear Library. And libraries are great places for imagination, for creativity and learning. And they also serve as great alternatives for sitting in front of your computer screen or your TV. So come on in and let's check out Gear Library. So I am here with Vicki Wood, and she is the Youth Services Supervisor for all of the Lincoln City Libraries. Vicki, thank you for joining us.
Sure.
And for giving us a tour of the library.
Sure.
So a lot of people think when they come to the library, it's basically to check out a book or to, surf the internet or check out a DVD. Can you tell us some of the other opportunities that we have at this library?
Okay, well, at all of our libraries, we have ongoing story times. Some of them have toddler times. We also have baby story times and family story times. So those are going on all year round, all the time. All of our story times also incorporate physical movement. It's just necessary for the kids to get up and move around, and so we do incorporate that. We also have a lot of developmental toys here. These were purchased with Lincoln Cares money recently, and they include things like puppet theaters and puzzles and flannel boards and things like that. And so there's all kinds of things and opportunities for them to be active and to learn while they play. So that's a really important part of what we offer also.
Oh, great.
And we have a lot of downloadable types of audio, and we've also got books on CD. This is an example right here. This is called The Penderwicks of Garden Street. This is a book for 4th through 6th graders, and it's on a series of CDs. And so if a child has a CD player, a portable CD player, they can load this book up and put it in their pocket and go out on a bike ride or a walk or whatever. And so it's a really nice deal. The other format we have is the Playaway, and this is really a small little case. It's very light, and you just plug your headphones into there and you just push a button on the back and you listen to a book, and kids really like these, and parents like them too.
And as you can see, here's the back. This is just great and very portable. Thank you, Vicki, so much for giving us a tour of Gear Library and for showing us that there are ways for kids to stay active and to read.
Sure, no problem.
So need some more inspiration on how you and your family can cut down on screen time? The library has many options on do-it-yourself crafting books for you and your family, such as gardening and cooking and sewing books. So now let's go talk to a family about how they cut down on their screen time. So I am here with Kate and Phoebe and Teddy, and they visit the Gear Library a lot. So can you tell me, what are things that you guys do besides watching TV or playing on the computer?
I like playing baseball outside with my cousin and playing baseball inside with my dad.
Awesome.
They play a game in the house called Home Run Derby with a plastic baseball bat and a pretty beat up ball. I'm not a huge fan of baseball in the house, but I think it's better than sitting around watching TV.
The 54321-GO movement likes to emphasize that parents lead by example. So Kate, what do you do in your day besides watching TV or being on the computer?
Well, the what I always tell people is what my number one thing in life is my family, and my second is my reading. So I do a lot of reading myself. I read when I first get up, I read right before I go to bed, and whenever I need to take a break from being a mom, like I go to a restaurant and I sit by myself and I read my book. So really TV is not a big part of my life, and I think my kids see that.
Was there a time when you noticed that maybe your kids were watching a little too much TV and you sort of had to change the rules a little bit?
The biggest time when we were a heavy TV watching family was when Phoebe was just a baby and Teddy was not quite 2, and he did watch a lot of TV shows when I was nursing the baby. But other than that, I've really been pretty strict about it since they were tiny.
Yeah, that's great. How many hours of screen time should most people have in their day?
2 or less.
So as you can see, libraries are a valuable resource in our community to help us limit our screen time and also to bring our families together. Now let's go check out the Salvation Army, which is another valuable resource in our community that is actually creating policies to help limit children's screen time. So come on, let's go. So I am here at the Salvation Army Community Center, and today we're going to be learning about their efforts to decrease screen time for their kids in their after-school program. So let's go in and check it out. So we are here today with Stanford Bradley, and he is the Community Center Director for the Salvation Army's after-school program. Thank you for being here with us.
No problem. Glad to be here.
So Stanford, can you tell us about the policies that you're setting up to limit the screen time for a lot of the kids in your after-school program?
Well, we try to generate enough activities where they don't have the time that they can go and sit down. We try to make sure their day is structured. I put the plans together, so most of the time they don't have any free time until about 5:30, 6 o'clock. We close at 7, so that gives them about an hour and a half where they can sit and play video games or surf the web or whatever it is that the kids do these days. So that's kind of how we limit the screen time here.
So Stanford, how did the children react when you first started to implement these policies of less screen time?
Well, I've been here 16 years, so I remember the days when it was all video games, and the kids would sit at a video game for hours at a time, just playing and not wanting to get off of it, not wanting to switch. So when we did change, we went to a more educational-based program about 3-4 years ago. So when they come here, they don't have the time to get on video games because they have to come right in, get a snack, which is usually, veggies or fruits or something like that. And then they come up, they have to do their homework. And then after their homework, we get in the literacy club. So they really only have about an hour and a half here where they're able to do what they want to do, which is when they'll gravitate to the video game. So when we first did that, there was a lot of angry kids. They did not want to trade their donuts for carrot sticks and ranch dressing. They did not want to get off the video games and go and play soccer or kickball or anything like that. There was a lot of resistance, and there was even resistance from the parents. The parents weren't too happy with it, but right now we're in our 4th year of the program, and most of the kids that have been here for a year or more, they buy into it because they know they kind of have to.
And so what are some of the activities besides screen time and video games and TV that the kids can do here to have fun?
Here we try to make sure everything is active. So we got basketball that kids can do, and that's usually the biggest hit here at the Salvation Army. And then we have foosball that they can do. If they do any video games, it's usually a Nintendo Wii where they're active and they're moving around and they're doing stuff. And then we also have soccer and floor hockey. I mean, you name it. If it comes to a sport and where you can be outside or in the gym, then we're doing it here.
And why is it important for kids to have 2 or less hours of screen time?
Well, the biggest reason is you don't want to have a big stomach like Mr. Stanford has here at the Salvation Army. They didn't have programs like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go when I was a kid, and I know obesity is one of the biggest things in America right now with the kids. So we just try to be in tune with with living a healthy lifestyle and trying to set good examples for the kids that they can take home to their families.
And what positive changes have you seen in the kids since you've started limiting their screen time?
Well, we have one kid, and I won't say his name, but he's in the community center. And this kid, when he first came here, he was a bigger kid. And this kid, he was not able to run, more than 2 minutes at a time. He would always sit out of any sporting events that we did. Now, here we are 2 years later with this same kid. This kid is the first one in the gym. He wants to be on every basketball team, every soccer team, every football team. Great. And he is just motivated. He's lost about 15 pounds, and he looks good. He's more active, and that's one of the biggest success stories that we have here.
So speaking of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's usually our policy to have sort of the teachers and the leaders lead by example. So what do you do after work to
I'll tell you what,
exercise?
It's tough, but even coming in with my schedule, I usually eat lunch about 2, 3 o'clock, and the kids are usually here, so it's hard not to go and get the burger and fries, but I usually try to have a side salad or something in front of them. That way they can see, if Stanford eats a salad, it's okay. You can go and eat a salad and they'll fill you up, and you'll be well nutritioned and on your way for a good day. And then when I get home, I'm not really a computer guy anyway, so I don't sit around on a computer, and my kids usually see me reading books or something like that, and I kind of try to model behavior that I want my kids to do, and that way they can take it to their friends and tell their friends, put down the joystick and pick up a book or pick up a ball, go outside and move around a little bit.
Well, Stanford, thank you so much for giving us a tour of the Salvation Army and your after-school programs and letting us see just how much movement and excitement there is going on here.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for coming.
So I am here with Ayanna, and she is a staff member at the Salvation Army, but she also has 2 kids that attend the after-school program. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sir, what are ways that you have decreased your family screen time at home?
Well, we like to go outside and ride bikes, a lot of board games, clubs. My son plays a small fry basketball, and really I just encourage reading time with them. Every chance I get, read.
Ayanna, thank you so much for sharing some tips on what families can do to limit screen time at home and when they're in these after-school programs.
Thanks.
Can you tell us what kind of activities you like to do here that don't involve being on a video game or on the computer?
I like playing basketball or playing who's hockey.
Who's hockey? And what do you do at home that's really active?
Well, I ride my bike around the neighborhood.
Are you involved in any sports?
Basketball.
Basketball. Great. What is your favorite part about playing basketball?
I like getting my teammates involved.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo!
So thank you for tuning in today and learning about ways that you and your family can reduce screen time. So now turn off your TV and go have fun. Please visit YouTube to see more episodes of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Go in Lincoln, Nebraska.